Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the live chat here on Board Archive. Hope you all are doing well out here in Colorado today. And we've been out here for about a week out here with Kevin and Rav and Yannick. It's been such an awesome time out here. I was actually out riding with Jonathan and Ryan today. Did a vlog, got a board review film today, and great way to finish off the trip. It was in the 50s, really warm, just like full-on spring weather. And yeah, it's been good times here. But for the live chat here today, I'm just gonna try to answer as many questions as I can for you guys. If you got anything for me related to snowboarding, snowboard gear, traveling, any kind of advice that you're looking for, hit me up. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. And it'd also be awesome to hear where you guys are joining us from. I know there's people hopping on from all over, so if you want to let me know where you're from, it's always good to hear. See, we got a few people on the chat already. We got Reggie Red's Cap. What's up, Reggie? First comment. Ian the Welshman, what's up, man? We got Engen, Carrie Pierce. How's it going, guys? Good to see ya. Yannick and Motion SLB hopped on the chat here. You might be able to see him through the window at some point if you keep your eyes peeled. He is about. King Kilbasa. Sabatino, what's up, man? Bruno Gallo, cheers from Sydney, Australia. Sick, man. Cheers. Thanks for hopping on. Oh, yeah, there he is. Jack Woo, stuck between the DOA and the Evil Twin. So I actually was riding the Evil Twin today. Oh, we'll see how long you can keep that up. It's like a challenge. Can you do it for an hour? We shall see. Yeah, I was on the Evil Twin today, man. Really fun snowboard. I think that combination of the full positive camber profile and the triple base technology is pretty awesome. It's something that's pretty unique, and you know, it's got some good stability. It's got good pop. It's got, you know, all the features and the feelings that you want out of a positive camber snowboard, but then it's also very catch free and has a lot of playfulness for rails, butters, spinning jumps and stuff. So those are the advantages on the Evil Twin. It's actually a little bit softer than the DOA in my opinion. I haven't ridden it in a while and it's a bit softer than I remember last time. So you can get some good flex on it too. But yeah, the DOA is a little poppier. I think maybe a little more better for all mountain. But they're both great boards, man. I think I'll be happy with either one. I think I would just decide if you want the 3BT or if you'd rather have, you know, like that poppy, more precise feel that the DOA has a slight edge on. Thanks for the question, Jack. Sabatino from New York. Inessa, what's up, Inessa? Michael Castro. I wish I didn't have to work, would have been out there. Oh man, yeah, it would have been awesome to see you, man. It was a good day. It was a good way to end the trip for sure. It was fun lapping with Jonathan and Ryan, and had some other friends. Chaz, my roommate last year, was out there, and some other friends too. So all around good vibes out there today at Keystone. Osvaldo, what up, man? Lincoln Pollard, what's up, dude? That's you and Bo share the same last name. That's cool. Hopefully he hops on the live chat. Melissa Barrett from Dillon, Colorado. Yeah, Melissa, I remember meeting you at Breck. It was awesome to meet you. Thanks for coming to hang out with us that day. Hope you're doing well. Got some more snowboarding in or skiing. I know you said you do a little bit of both. So yeah, hope things have been well your way. Thanks for hopping on the chat here. Jay Ignacio from DC. Ethan Reed from the Gold Coast. And Aaron McGaffey from Washington. Have you seen anything about the ride Super Pig? So I actually was doing a little bit of research. I read up a bit on the Capita Super DOA, and I was trying to find some info on the Super Pig as well. And the info I found was pretty vague. I couldn't actually find the 2020 ride catalog. So if any of you guys have a link to the 2020 catalog, I definitely want to check that board out. But, you know, basically I would... my expectations is that it's just going to be kind of like all of the fancy tech, like the highest end materials and technologies that Ride offers, kind of packaged in that pig profile. So it should be a pretty sweet snowboard. Definitely going to be a priority to get a review out on as soon as I'm able to, you know, actually ride it. Same thing for the Capita Super DOA. So I'll keep you guys posted. Rob Gams, what up, man? Good to see you, Rob. Hope all is well in Oregon. RJ, what's up, dude? Lincoln, what's the most comfortable boot you have ever worn? Oh man, probably my Nike Zoom Force ones. Those were crazy comfortable. You know, Nike's not making boots anymore, but I did enjoy those. Those are probably softer than what I would want nowadays. The Adidas boots I have right now, the Tactical ADV, are also super, super comfortable. But again, they broke in too much. They're too soft. So I'm looking at some new options. You know, I'm leaning maybe towards going back to the 32 TM2, but I kind of want to try out some new stuff as well. So we'll see how the boot progression goes, but I'll probably try out some new stuff. La Dorada, liking the Tuesday live chat, can never make the one on Mondays. Awesome. Yeah, glad it worked out this week. Honestly, guys, yeah, so basically yesterday was just a super long day on the mountain, and then we had a few things to take care of afterwards before we got back to the house here. And you know, I wasn't going to be able to do the live chat till like 6:30 or 7, so I figured I would do it today. And I thought that today was going to be a mellower day and I'd be able to, you know, do the chat around like 3 mountain time. That's what I was kind of shooting for, but it was just so much fun out there riding with the guys. I decided to do a vlog of the day, you know, get Ryan and Jonathan and, you know, Chaz and the rest of the homies in the video. Kevin's in the video, of course. So I got that video done, and then I also did a review of the Battalion Evil Twin today. So it was another long day, which is why the live chat is a bit later. But yeah, no complaints. It was really, really fun, and I'm glad to see everyone for the last day here in Colorado. So thank you guys for being here on the live chat, even though it's on Tuesday, a bit later in the afternoon here. Eric Tenney, park or powder? You know, I know you want just like a solid answer, but I've got to say, you know, when the powder is available, I'm going to be riding the powder. I'm going to be in the trees. I'm going to be searching for it. And then the park is there on all the other days. So I probably ride park more than powder. This season has been the exception, but it's looking like, you know, the next like 6 months, every time I get on my snowboard is going to be probably a park day. Excuse me. Michael Irvin from NC, what's up, dude? Shout out NC. Where do you ride in NC, man? You at Catalucci or App or Beach, or you kind of just got to commute to the mountain? Johnny PB, what's the fastest way to break in new boots if you don't have boot dryers? I think just wearing them around the house, or honestly, if, you know, I bought some boots and I wasn't going to be snowboarding for a while, like maybe I bought them in the summer and I wanted to break them in, I'd probably go for a hike. You know, just the more you can repeatedly flex the boot with your weight, I think that's going to be the quickest way to break it in and feel it out and pack it out. So I would do that. And, you know, if you do have a local shop, or if you picked up the boots at a shop, you can always heat mold them too, and that helps. Jay Ignacio, did you stick to the custom orthotics? I actually have the custom footbeds in the shoes I'm wearing right now. I've just got the drop-ins in my snowboard boots, but I think I'm going to swap them back out and give them another try in the snowboard boots. But yeah, they're great for my shoes, and they did feel a little off when I had them in my boots the first time. So, you know, Joey over in Jindabyne hooked it up with the insoles, and I might get him to customize them a bit next time I see him, but I want to try them in the snowboard boots one more time before I give any final verdicts. But I'm actually wearing them right now as we speak. Ethan Reed, Capita or Burton? They offer a lot of different technologies, man. I think you know, Capita's got a lot of great boards, Burton's got a lot of great boards. If you want something that's rocker dominant, or you're a fan of that flying V, that kind of hybrid profile, then Burton's going to be the way to go. If you're looking for additional contact point technologies, Capita doesn't really mess with that in their boards. So I think they're starting to add in a little bit on some of their boards, but a lot of Burton boards come with that frostbite, which is like a kind of a mellow additional contact point tech. So yeah, both really solid boards, man. I would just explore the line and narrow it down to a few that catch your eye, and then maybe try to figure out the pros and cons between the few that you're deciding between. Mezzy Kirschblum, is grip tech more catchy? So grip tech is Arbor's additional contact point technology. It's 2 bumps placed right under your feet. And I do not think that it makes it more catchy at all. I think grip tech is a great addition to the board. It's not super aggressive. You know, when you're on ice, you really feel that extra traction kind of isolated right underneath your feet. It's like your feet kind of have super grip. It's a cool feeling. And I don't really think it gets in the way anywhere else. Like, I'm super comfortable on rails on the Arbor boards. And, you know, on all the camber Arbor boards, they do the uprise fenders. So that's one of the reasons I'm a big fan of the Arbor Westmark camber. Actually, we'll have a video coming out on the channel all about that snowboard very soon. So I hope you guys check it out. Arbor's got some good stuff for sure. Oh, also, forgot to announce in the beginning, at some point on the live chat here, probably here in about 30 minutes or so, Kevin's gonna come out and join us on the live chat and answer some questions as well. So if you got any questions for Kevin, Snowboard Pro Camp, keep those in mind, because he is gonna be out here shortly. And we got a super chat here from Kevin Mercedes. Hey TJ, love the videos. Do you have an opinion on some budget boots for a beginner? Sure, man. So I think, you know, honestly, boots would be the one area where I would try to spend a little bit more if you can. Like, the cheapest boot you're gonna find is probably gonna be around 150 bucks. The 32 Exit comes to mind, and it's so worth just paying the extra 50 or 60 bucks to go to a little bit more of a mid-range boot. So I find something like the K2 Masis, that's more around like the $300 range. That's a great option that works for a lot of people. The Ride Lasso is kind of up right along there with that. I think in between kind of that super entry level and that true mid-range, you could look at the 32 Lashed. That one comes in at a pretty good price point. Ride has another boot that's like a hybrid lace-up with a boa on the side. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but yeah, I would try to get a boot that's in more like the $200 price range, man. I think that just that extra bit of performance as far as just rigidity and the extra features you're gonna get, and particularly being lightweight as well, and comfort, you're gonna get better liners, is totally worth it, you know, because if your feet are hurting, you're gonna have a bad time. So I'd maybe try to save money on bindings and a board a little bit to make up for that 50 bucks if you need to. But yeah, that'd be my opinion on that. Bob Harris, what up, dude? Shout out Bob Harris. Noah Weinstein, Epic Pass or Icon? So yeah, I've had both this season. I feel like I've been putting them both to pretty good use. So, you know, a lot of the resorts here in Colorado, you can go to most of them with the Epic Pass. And I think generally, I think in most places you probably have a bit more variety with the Epic Pass, and, you know, being in Whistler this season, you got to have the Epic to ride there full time. But the Icon Pass has a lot of fun places. You know, in Colorado, I may consider going for it, because you're going to get Steamboat, you're going to get Aspen, you're going to get Copper and Winter Park, but you wouldn't be able to ride Keystone or Breckenridge. So it's a trade-off. I think for the upcoming season, I'm probably going to end up getting both again, just because of the amount of traveling that Kevin and I are able to do. It's just worth having both. But yeah, it's a very personal question, man. You know, it's like, what resort do you want to ride the most that's near you, or that you're going to travel to and make a trip to, and get the pass that gives you access there, man. I think that's the simplest solution. Andy Lee, ride Warpig as my quiver of one board, and what binding / boots go well with it? Keep rocking, man. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it, dude. So yeah, the Ride Warpig is definitely a solid all-arounder. I think that's going to serve you pretty well. When I actually owned that board this not this season, but last season, and I had the Union Atlas on it, which I think was a great binding to pair with it. I really enjoyed it. I think that board is aggressive enough to go with a bit more of a rigid binding, so I think the Atlas would probably be my choice for bindings on that board. And for boots, again, you know, like I prefer, you really need to get into a shop and try on some boots, I think. I know Kevin is really liking Vans snowboard boots right now. I haven't had the opportunity to really try Vans yet, but I might be looking in a pair of those for my next boots. I've enjoyed my Adidas Tactical ADVs as well. I think for someone getting, you know, 20, 30 days a season, those boots are gonna serve you pretty well. The 32 TM2s, if you find that those fit comfortably, those boots have served me well in the past. So I think something, you know, a bit more of a mid flex that has some support and is going to be able to, you know, give you a bit more responsiveness with that board, since it is a fairly aggressive snowboard, is going to be a good choice. I wouldn't go with anything super soft. John ML50, much love from Chicago. Shout out John, man. All right, we got a question here from NGen. What's up, Wim? I rode a lot of battalion and lobster boards last week. I noticed to have good edge control, it's better to size up one size. What are your thoughts about that, TJ? Yeah, so I actually was on a size down than what I would normally ride today. I was on the 151 for the Evil Twin review. Last time I rode that board, and when I owned it, I had the 154. And I think, you know, the edges were pretty sharp, and I felt that, I don't know if the size would make a huge difference. I think with just battalions and that 3BT in general, you do have to just be a little bit more aware of what's happening with your edges. You got to have a bit more precise edge control to make sure that that 3BT doesn't get too loose and out of hand. So like particularly when you're like, say you get into a butter and you want to stop rotating, you really got to lock that edge in. Or even like landing a jump, like I was doing a few 3s and 5s today out at Keystone, and I found that it was pretty easy to continue rotating on the landing if I didn't really focus on locking that edge in. So dude, I think that it's just something that, like, if you owned one and you were riding it every day, that it would just become part of your riding. Like, you would just be more aware of locking in your edges and being able to control that kind of auto butter that can happen with 3BT. But dude, that's sick that you were able to get on some battalions and lobsters. I'd love to hear more of your thoughts on it. Yannick saying we want more What's Your Butter videos. Thanks, Yannick. Man, yeah, thank you guys for all the great comments on that video. I was just out with my good friend Jason, and you know, that's something that we've done in the past, and I figured it'd be a fun video, and more than that, it was just a fun way to kind of spend a few laps with my good friend Jason. So I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed the video and that you want to see more of them. I think that's like the #1 comment on that video, is like, make more of those. So definitely more What's Your Butter coming up. Shout out Tor and Shredbots for all the in your face videos back in the day for the inspiration. RJ, Magic Carpet versus Lobster Sender. Quite different snowboards, honestly. So I think when you're looking at, you know, battalions and lobsters, the biggest things that are going to vary, because they're all positive camber, they're all 3BT, is going to be the flex and the type of 3BT that it has. So the Magic Carpet has the POW 3BT. It's like a very uplifted side basin edge. It makes it very catch free. And the idea behind it, they call it the POW 3BT, is that it's gonna offer float and powder as well, although I haven't really personally had the chance to test that out too much. And the Lobster Sender is for sure stiffer than the Magic Carpet. I found the Magic Carpet to be quite flexy, very pressable, very fun for jibs and in the park. And the Lobster Sender's got more stability, kind of more all mountain focused. Gonna have stability at higher speeds, hitting bigger jumps and kind of doing more all mountain terrain. And it also has the 99% twin shape, whereas the Magic Carpet's a true twin. So there's a few differences there. I would say if you're looking for more pure freestyle jibby stuff, I'd go for the Magic Carpet. If you want something that's a little bit more burly, a little more stable, gonna be better for kind of charging around the whole mountain, maybe look at the Sender. Thanks for all the great questions so far, guys. Appreciate it. We got a few super chats here. I'm just going to go ahead and catch up on those guys. Appreciate the support, everybody. So Michael Irvin, ride machete, yes basic, or Burton name dropper? So I think that the machete is going to be the most aggressive out of the bunch. I haven't ridden the machete in a few years, so it might have changed since the last time I rode it, but from what I remember, it was a flat camber board. It had lots of carbon in it, and it had a lot of energy. It gave a lot of feedback. It was a really fun all-mountain snowboard that was very freestyle friendly as well. A lot of energy, I remember, because of all the carbon in it. The Yes Basic, you know, it's gonna have that Camrock profile, a similar flex to the Name Dropper. I haven't ridden the new one yet. I know that the new Name Dropper is positive camber now. Before it was just flat, but I think it's still a pretty soft flexing snowboard. Whereas the Yes Basic is camber underfoot with rocker in the tips. So I think, you know, the machete is pretty significantly different, so maybe put that one to the side. And if you're looking at the basic versus the Name Dropper, I think it's a tough call, honestly. I would just look at the tech and see what stands out to you more. I think the overall ride is going to be fairly similar. The basic does have that rocker in the tips. I think that's going to be the biggest difference, as well as that underbite, having those additional contact point techs. So, you know, on variable terrain, maybe for if you are getting out of the park a little bit, the Yes Basic, those features on the Yes Basic might come in handy a bit more, whereas the Name Dropper is more of a pure freestyle kind of jibber. I think it's great that they made it full positive camber this year, though. I think that's a great change for that board since it is so soft. Oh, and NGen super chatted the question. Nice. Just the question about sizing up on battalion and lobster boards. Thanks, NGen. Appreciate the support, my dude. McRed with the super chat, but no question. I'll try to keep an eye out for it, man. Zach Muiz. Difference between positive camber versus rocker. So I actually did a very in-depth video last season on that topic. If you search YouTube for rocker versus camber, it's a video over on Snowboard Pro Camp. I think you should definitely check it out. Basically a direct comparison between the Arbor Westmark rocker and the Arbor Westmark camber, which is a true rocker, full rocker, and a full camber snowboard. There's no hybrid going on. So I thought, you know, it's the same board. Really, the only difference is the camber profile. So that's kind of the concept behind that video there. But just to quickly answer your question, camber, it's kind of got this shape going on. So when you step on a camber board, you're actively putting tension in the snowboard, actively pushing the contact points, which is like the widest point of the snowboard on the nose and tail where you get most of your control. You're actively pushing those contact points into the snow. So it's just got a bit more of a precise, powerful feeling, more pop as well. Like as soon as you start to load weight in the tail, you start to feel that energy load up in the snowboard. Whereas rocker is going to be a little bit looser, a little bit more catch free. They tend to float better in powder, all other things being equal, easier to press, and just an overall bit more of a playful feel. So I think those are kind of like the high level differences, but definitely check out that video, and that should, you know, you'll see a direct comparison there. So hopefully that helps you out, man. CN Cut Cake. Any chance Niseko again this year? I just missed you guys last year by 1 day. Oh man, it would have been great to meet you, man. So Niseko was an amazing experience, totally exceeded expectations. Probably hands down the best powder snow I've ever ridden in my life. Just amazing to travel to that part of the world as well. So we definitely will be back. And I think Japan, like, January is the month to go to Japan. So, you know, hoping to get David Jones out there again, maybe Jonathan, Ryan, Casey, whoever. I don't know. We'll see who wants to come out for this next trip, but we'll definitely be back in Japan, man. Sorry to hear that we missed you. Eric Lee with the super chat again, but no question. Or no, nope, that's the first super chat, but no question, man. Thanks for the support, Eric. And Joe Sanderson, Chamonix, France soon. Look us up. 2,500 meter vertical. Oh, I'm familiar with Chamonix, Joe, but yeah, that's like some intense big mountain riding, man. And I feel like that's a place that you would really have to hit with proper conditions as well. You know, I feel like sorry about that, guys. But I feel like Chamonix without snow would just be super gnarly and technical. Maybe there's some fun stuff too, but it's definitely somewhere I would like to check out. I'm sure it's an incredible place. So we'll keep that in mind for next year. I love to spend more time in Europe and checking out the Alps and all the You know, there's so much to explore out there. So we'll definitely be back checking out some more places in Europe. Awesome, guys. Thank you for all the great questions here today and spending some time hanging out here. I see we got over 100 people on the chat, which is amazing. Thank you guys so much. Let's see, back out in the chat here, just the regular chat. Let's see what's going on. Stefan Kissinger. Would you guys ever take a trip around the Midwest and lap a bunch of rope tow parks? It's plausible. Honestly, Troll and Highland Hills and all those places with the rope tows look like so much fun. That's something that still just blows my mind about Colorado and a lot of these like world-class resorts is that there's no rope tow. Like I get it, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe they think that they're like too advanced to have a rope tow, like everything has to be, you know, a chairlift, but just the amount of laps you can get with a rope tow is very appealing. And you know, the parks out in the Midwest look on point too. So it could happen. I feel like it would probably be a late season thing though. Probably not gonna happen this year. I am Alucard and just bringing up the Capita Indoor Survival. That's one of the few Capita boards I haven't been on yet, and that is one I'm gonna make an effort to get on this spring and get a review out. Try to round out all of the Capita boards. Ooh, RD77. If you had to recommend one beginner park board, what would it be? That is a tough question, Artie. But I think the Yes Basic is a great option, coming in right around 400 bucks with that Camrock profile. Good flex to learn with, not super overpowering, and you get those additional contact points. The Capita Horoscope also comes to mind. I think that'd be a good one. That's flat to rocker, so a little bit different. Comes in at an even better price point. So I think those two would be two good ones to check out for sure. Taylor McClure. TJ, bought the GNU carbon credit off your recommendation of top 5 beginner boards. It's brilliant. Thanks, dude. Taylor, stoked to hear that. Thank you for checking out the videos. I'm glad it helped you out and that you're stoked on the board and you're out there having a great time. That's what it's all about. Thanks for letting me know. And Cameron saying he got the Kazoo. It's dope. Stoked on the Kazoo. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on the Kazoo this year. It's a really, really fun snowboard. I know I have a couple other friends who've been on it, and I think they're enjoying it a lot as well. King Kielbasa asking for a top 5 carving board video. That is one I think I'm gonna put out for 2020. List month coming up. Usually that's around like September, October. So I think I'm gonna fill it in this year with powder boards and carving boards and all the categories that aren't covered yet. But I tried to expand it a little bit this year, do a few different lists, which I think have been pretty well received. So yeah, we should definitely want to get it fully covered, all the bases for you guys. Cam Terry, hey TJ, have you noticed when you ride a Burton board, the screws come loose? Looking to buy the Free Thinker or the Custom? You know, that is something that I've heard from a few people. Oh, hey, look who it is. What's up, dude?
What's up?
So yeah, someone was just asking about screws coming loose on Burton snowboards. And Chris comes to mind. I know he's had some issues with the screws coming loose. But
Yeah, with the EST bindings, you gotta tighten them pretty frequently, or they'll definitely come loose. Yeah,
yeah, I think
I've had it happen to me, and I've seen it happen to friends before.
so. Yeah, something to look out for on Burton boards, but I haven't spent enough time to give a true opinion on it. So, thanks, Kev. You want to grab that super chat from Matthew?
Sure. What's up, Matthew Sweeney? He says, any chance you'll be hitting up New Zealand again this season? Yeah, I think that's our plan, to go back to Wanaka and Cardrona.
Yeah, I really would like to get back out there. I think we'll be back in New Zealand for sure.
Yeah, David might not be snowboarding, but hopefully we'll see him out there too.
Yeah, hoping
Get to-
he'll be on the hill even if he's not riding.
Get to hang out with him
Yeah. Kevin, you're so tall, bro.
and doing the power.
I know. All right, here we go. This is good. All right, Delfino from Chicago.
Oh, somebody says, show us the views. Have you ever already showed them the
I
view?
haven't. All right, I'll turn
What
around
happens,
real
if
quick.
what happens if we turn around?
I feel like the light is gonna be. Oh no, it just adjusts it.
Oh, my head disappears. Oh, I don't know if I trust
Don't
it.
lean too hard. Nice.
Should be good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Sick. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that view behind us there is Mount Buffalo, I think. I'm pretty sure. And yeah, we got a nice spot out here right now. Oh yeah, there it is. So you guys can see pretty sweet views out here in Colorado for sure. We were actually just up at Loveland Pass the other day, and yeah, got to soak in the views out here. All right, Tim Spink. Hey guys, thanks for the pick at the top of Beaver Lift in Breck last Friday. Awesome chatting with you on the chairlift also, Kev.
Awesome, Tim. Yeah, it's good meeting you, man. We've met so many fans out here and like just fellow snowboarders. It's been awesome. I feel like Colorado is like everyone's really friendly.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, like I think today alone it was probably like 10 people. So shout out to everybody for saying hi
Yeah.
and getting some laps in. And
I feel like the snowboard community here in Colorado is extra tight.
yeah,
Like nobody's there's not like too many people like rolling around with like trying to be too cool or anything. Everyone's just hanging out and talking to each other. It's
Yeah.
really cool vibes.
everyone's saying hey, everyone's down to take a lap. There's no one just like cool guy with the headphones in just going to ignore you. So yeah, it's a good spot. All right. Oh, Colin Shea, did you guys do that 100 trick challenge yet?
No, we haven't, not yet.
Not yet. No, we were debating doing it today, but
Yeah.
we ended up riding with Ryan Napton and Jonathan Buckhouse and just had a good time, you know, riding with the fellow YouTubers. So yeah,
I think we're gonna save the 100 trick challenge for Whistler,
do it at the home base.
home base. I feel like it's there's more features like in one lap in Whistler, so it'll be more doable. And I think we have to do it over 2 days. Like one of us will do it one day, then the other person will do it the next day. We were thinking of like both of us trying to do 100 tricks in one day, but I think we could maybe do it, but there'd be a lot of stress involved.
Yeah, like filming 200 unique tricks in one day. That's a lot. Well, I guess there'd be some overlap between us, but it's
Yeah.
still, yeah. So we're stoked on the idea though. So
We're gonna do it in Whistler.
It's
yeah.
going down. Yeah. All right. Commander AMG, do you guys ever ride on the east side? Nah, not since I left.
Same. Yeah, I haven't been back snowboarding since I moved out to Whistler.
I think I went one day just because I was in the area and I like borrowed gear, and it was it actually wasn't very fun because I was by myself and I like didn't like the boots were just so soft. I remember, but yeah, we've been talking about maybe doing a trip to the the homeland.
Maybe we'll make it to the Midwest.
Yeah, someone was asking about rope toes earlier, seeing if
Yeah.
yeah, I'd love to ride some rope toes. NQ, any brands of boots you'd recommend for people with wide feet?
It's a good wide foot brand.
I think as far as wide feet go, like K2, Burton, and 32 are kind of known for being good for wide feet. I don't know about Vans. I was just, there was another boot question earlier, and I brought up. Oh, it was, what's the most comfortable snowboard boot? I think it was probably based on your video.
Oh yeah, I think their Vans are the most comfortable.
Yeah.
I think
need
there's
to
a lot
try
of
some.
I think there's a lot of myths like floating around in snowboarding about like what boots do what and like these boots are good for this. Cause like the last few years I've been going to like boot fitters and being like, all right, do your thing to me, like fit me up with some good boots. And I've had the worst experience of my life.
I remember, yeah, there's like a couple of boots in particular that were just like, why is this happening?
Yeah, like 5 pairs in a row.
Yeah.
So then I just went kind of like with my, oh yeah, then I just started asking people. I'm like, what do you think is comfortable? And then like a bunch of people said, try Vans. And so I tried it and they were the most comfortable boots I've ever had.
I got to get on some Vans, man. Yeah, like
Yeah.
after hearing your experience with it, and then Bo was talking about Vans as well, and yeah, I've heard good things about Nitro boots as well. I don't know what I'm gonna end up with, but I feel like before I buy my next pair of boots, I have to try on some Vans at least.
Yeah, I don't even know, honestly, I don't know if trying on is actually a good idea.
No, just do the full test, like just jump right in the deep end.
Because I've tried on boots in the shop too, and you try them on in the shop and you're walking around, you're like, oh yeah, like these feel good. And then you go snowboarding with them and then they destroy your feet.
That's
So
true. Yeah,
it's
it's
almost
a different
like-
dynamic.
I feel like it's more word of mouth. You just need to talk to people, like talk to your friends, talk to us, and get like a consensus.
I think that's a good plan. Yeah, keep hopping on these live chats, and we're just gonna
Yeah.
keep filling you in.
Because then it's like a good way to dispel the myths. It's like, oh, you gotta ride these, like, well, not from people, but within industry myths.
It's tough, man, because you know what I think part of it is? I think is that snowboard boot fitters want to be on the same level as ski boot fitters. And snowboard boots aren't ski boots. So they're,
No.
you know, you can't, like you can analyze it, I mean, sure, but it's not going to be the same. So I think that's part of it. But
And also, people, we don't want performance like the skiers do.
no,
Like
not at all.
Snowboarders
For the
want,
most part.
we need comfort first. Just because whatever it is to do with snowboarding, it's like you need comfort is more important than performance.
Agreed.
And some boot companies, I don't know, they're messing up.
Yeah.
And
Solomon.
and boot fitters aren't like riding like a bunch of different boots.
Yeah, boot fitters are riding, for the most part, they're riding their boots that they like, and then they're just trying on boots in the shop of all the other pairs. So.
Yeah, like I think I've had maybe 7 or 8 different pairs of boots in the last 5 years. So
I think right now
Or
you're,
more.
yeah, like the experience you've had with boots is pretty, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, to be able to share that with everybody. It's pretty unique. Dennis wants to see more beginner trick videos, dude.
nice, yeah, I love making those.
It's park season.
Any trick requests? Any beginner trick requests?
Oh yeah, let us know. Drop it in the comments here. All right. Carlos saying Snowmass is waiting for us. Oh man, yeah, we're heading back to Whistler tomorrow, or maybe we'd try to go up to Aspen, but enjoy. Hope you guys are having a good season up there. Just let me check the super chats here real quick. All right.
Hey, Jose Bautista's on here. What's up, Jose?
What up, Jose? Hashtag taco funds. I'll be in Japan. LOL.
Nice, man.
Nice. Yeah, hope to see you guys out there next year.
Yeah,
Well-
we'll keep you posted on the dates.
Definitely, yeah. It's January most likely, but you know, actual dates aren't locked in yet, obviously.
Whew.
Yeah, the sun's going down. The temperature dropped so quick. It was in the 50s today. It was like so hot.
Yeah, it was like legit like a hot summer's day on the mountain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Almost like Mount Hood. Almost Mount Hood levels.
Yeah, I felt like it was the same, like, cause there was also almost no wind too, so
Yeah, that was cool.
it was awesome. But there was a few moments of just standing in the sun and just feeling like I was baking.
Yeah, I think on the chairlift I noticed that a lot. Like I've been wearing all black recently, which has just been a bad idea. And just like the sun is facing you directly on the chairlift at 851, so
Yeah.
it was hot. All right, Eric Lee. Good park board that's softer than the Arbor Westmark. A lot of good options, man. I think softer than the Westmark, you could look
There's
at.
so many.
Yeah, any that come to mind?
Like that's similar to the Westmark.
I don't think they necessarily need to
Or
be
just
too
softer.
similar. Just softer that you would think would be fun in the park.
Yeah, I was gonna recommend my board, the GNU Space Case.
Yeah,
It's definitely softer.
that'd be a good one. I think the Battalion Evil Twin is slightly softer. The Global Warmer is going to be a good bit softer from Battalion. You could look at like the Capita Horror Scope. That one's really soft.
Yeah.
Or even like the Yes Basic, or similar to that, the Solomon Huck Knife. I think those could be good options too.
Or also the board that Yannick just picked up, the LibTech Box Knife.
Oh yeah, the LibTech Box Knife. Yeah, I'm gonna be riding that one soon. I'm super stoked to get a review out for you guys. And that one, yeah, it seems like he's really been enjoying it.
But check out the GNU Space Case.
Kevin's new favorite park board.
We ran into a girl on the mountain who was riding the GNU Ladies' Choice.
Oh yeah,
I think that's
it's pretty similar.
yeah, kind of. But I just asked her. I'm like, oh, what do you think of the GNU? And she's like, ASIM is a game changer. That's what she said.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah,
Nice.
and then she said too. She's like, I love the magnet traction. It feels like so stable.
Oh wow.
But and then she said again, the ASIM
the
is a
ASIM.
game changer.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
I feel like when I first started riding ASIM boards, I was like almost overhyping it because it was like the first time that I had experienced that. And I think it is definitely like a noticeable addition to the snowboard. So yeah, it's pretty fun. But the magnet traction is huge too.
Why not make every board like that?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. Why not put magnet traction on every snowboard?
Because there's a patent.
I know.
Maybe is there a patent on ASIM technology? No, that can't be.
No, there couldn't be. Yeah, ASIM has been around for a long time. They used to.
Oh, really?
Like racing boards used to be ASIM, but they were all directional, and so I think that's why it like fell out of style. Because there's a couple of directional ASIM boards now, but they got to make a different board for regular and goofy footers. So that's kind of a pain. Man, we still got 115 people on the chat right now. That's what's up.
Awesome.
All right, CNC, best mountain for mid-May park riding, Mammoth or Whistler? Oh wow.
Ooh, that's it's kind of a gamble. I don't know, Mammoth or Whistler. I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like last spring, last May, I think Whistler was awesome. It was very busy.
It looked super fun. Yeah, I was seeing the videos with you and David and Matt, and I was just wishing I was up there with you guys. But I think Mammoth, they got that huge dump of snow at the beginning of the month, and so they're still gonna have a lot of snow in May. I think they're gonna go till like June or July this year, so
Oh, really?
that could be a factor. But as far as like overall park setups, I think they're both pretty on point.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think those two are just the gold standard. So I don't know which one would be better.
Yeah, maybe like whichever one is more convenient for you to get access to. Maybe go for that one.
Because one's on Epic and one's on Icon, so go for the one that's on your pass.
Good point. Good point. One's in Canada. You don't. One you may or may not need a passport for.
Yeah.
Matthew Sweeney, we already got that one, asking about New Zealand. Yes, we will see you guys in New Zealand at some point. And we got Engine. TJ, you should try the Rome new Blackjack Agent mod, Battalion Omni Magic Carpet, Lobster, Aaron Schwartz, and Turbo boards. By the way, Nitro/K2 boots are okay. Awesome. All right.
Nice.
Thanks for dropping some knowledge, Engine. That's sounds like you just dropped like the whole list of boards that you just rode on your trip. But yeah, I would love to get on them. And
Maybe those are the highlight boards.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you probably rode more than that if you were there for a week. But yeah, the Omni is one from Battalion I've had my eye on for a while. And the Magic Carpet, kind of on the down low, I've been debating maybe buying it as part of my quiver for next year.
Wow.
So we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks, Engine. And Locry, is the Classic 2.0 or the Sandbox Classic 2.0 a single impact helmet? Also, I tagged you, Kevin, Ryan, and Jonathan on an Instagram post on Sunday. Hashtag late season starter, hashtag burrito fund.
Thanks, man.
Nice. Yeah, I'll go through the tags on Instagram and
Yeah. What
drop
was
you a
that person's
comment.
name?
Locry.
Okay, yeah, we'll check out the tags.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thanks, man.
I don't know. I can't remember.
So the Classic 2.0 is, I believe, a single impact helmet. It's got that like high density foam in it.
Okay.
So
If you hit your head once.
if you hit your head once really hard and it cracks the foam, then it needs to be replaced. So if you take a minor impact and you haven't actually cracked the foam, then it should be fine. I think the Legend is the same. But yeah.
But the good thing with those helmets too is they're like not that expensive. So if you do need to get a second one, it's.
I would say if you take a big slam and you hit your head and that's even a thought in your mind, you should probably just get a new helmet because, you know, you're protecting your head is important.
Yeah.
And Adam saying Oz is calling, boys, it's getting cool. Hashtag DWCP.
Yeah. It's getting warm here, so it's getting cold there.
Yeah, that's I bet you're getting stoked, man. Can't wait for you to get back on your boards. Awesome. Thanks for all the super chats, guys.
Oh, what was that? Go up a little bit. Mostly Ginger gave Kevin fist pump at the grocery store. Was busy working. What's up?
Oh,
yeah, that was you.
He commented on that.
Yeah. After you did that, I was like, oh, somebody just gave me a fist pump. But yeah, if you're working, you're probably on your way to do something. So I feel like I don't know. Are you working today, man? Come in and say hello.
Yeah, we might be back by the city market this evening.
Do we need anything at the grocery store?
It is our last night. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think we do
maybe
need-
like, we'll see.
Get like a. Yeah.
But
We actually don't need anything, but maybe we'll pop
if
into-
we're in the area, you know, maybe we'll like, you know,
What's
grab
what's
some like dessert or
What was
something.
that guy's name again?
His name was
Mostly Ginger.
yeah.
I think we've seen. Have we seen Mostly Ginger on the live chat before?
I don't know. I don't know if I have. But I'm stoked that he's on the live chat today, man.
Yeah.
And shout out to everybody that's been saying hello. It's been so cool meeting all you guys. Really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for the fist bump. And yeah, right before then, I was talking to a bunch of people from Boston, which was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild when that happens in grocery stores. It's cool. Don't feel like it's too weird to say hello even if we're in a grocery store.
Yeah, it is definitely different to like lock eyes with somebody and just be like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Like, cause and on the mountain, it's more normal because on the mountain, it's like snowboarders and we're all kind of in the same mode.
But it's almost like more weird if you like lock eyes with someone in a grocery store and then they're like intently like, this dude is for sure looking at me.
Yeah.
And then they just walk by. It's like, well, that was weird. But anyways.
So I think, but it is more fun in like places like the grocery store.
Yeah.
It's different.
It is. Yeah, it's cool. Here's a cool question from Jack. Would you guys recommend High Cascade or Woodward for a snowboard camp?
Ooh.
That's a loaded question.
It's tough. They're so different. There's like pros and cons to each.
Agreed.
I think the snowboarding at High Cascade is probably better. There's just more snow. But at Woodward, they have like the trampoline stuff, like, or at least here at Copper, it's like the trampoline barn is like right at the base of the mountain, and everything is very centrally located.
Yeah, I think, with Woodward, it's really quick to get from the camp up to the snow field. The way they have everything set up, you can get a lot of quick laps in, which with High Cascade, you can as well, but it's such a much larger terrain that I feel like you can kind of, like if you want to do big laps, then you might not get as many laps in. But overall, I don't know. They're both great. I think
High Cascade's better.
I would go to, if I had the choice to go to either one, I would probably go to High Cascade.
But Woodward is great too. Like I had a awesome time at Woodward last year. They're both really good. I think High Cascade is just a bit better.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, Mount Hood is just also just like a legendary, you know, snowboarding place to be. So if you get the chance, check it out.
Mount Hood's pretty crazy,
Quick question from King Kilbasa. TJ, did you ride the Donek? I did. So there's actually going to be a video going up on Board Archive tonight. It's already, it's not published yet, but it's done. And I actually got the chance to ride Ryan Napton's personal board. Like he just took his snowboard off, I put it on and did my best.
Nice.
So yeah, that'll be a fun little video later today. And I saw a super chat here from Chi Ming. What's up, Chi Ming? So, hey TJ/Kev, been practicing board slides on boxes and pretty confident thanks to Kevin's videos. How can I apply board slides to rails? Start narrow or fat rails? I can only 50/50. Thanks, bro. Hashtag SBDC, SBPC, hashtag ramen fund.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, Chi Ming, that's Chi Ming from Jackson Hole and Whistler with Wendy.
Oh, sure. Awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
Thanks for hopping on the chat, dude. Yeah, what do you think, man? So taking board slides from boxes to rails.
I think it's the same like on a rail. It's like you still, if you can find a ride-on rail, that's like the easiest way to start. And then you can still go on 50/50 and then, you know, slide the board around to board slide. And then the more that you get comfortable with that, you can just fully commit.
Yeah. And I think as far as going for a skinnier rail or a fatter rail, if you have access to like a larger round tube, that's going to be easier to balance on than a skinny one.
Yeah, the tubes are easier.
Yeah. And it's starting to get a little cold out here. Yeah.
My legs are so sore from snowboarding today.
I know. We've literally snowboarded every day.
We got up there pretty early and we're riding all the way to the end. And every day we've been riding until the park closed.
We've had some long days. Yeah, yesterday we literally rode until we got kicked out, and today was like almost the same thing.
It's pretty good for being a couple older gentlemen.
taking full advantage.
Getting kicked out of the park.
Yeah.
Get out of here, you damn kids. Want to do one more lap, sir?
Do I have to?
It's just like some 18-year-old kid kicking us out.
Yeah,
with a shovel.
He rolled up on like a crazy like 4x4 with like tank treads. But yeah, when the ski patrol comes, that's when you really got to go.
And ski patrol yelled at us too.
Yeah.
Get out of here, you damn kids.
Sam Prentice, Westmark Camber versus Headspace for park, pros and cons.
Wow. Pretty similar.
Yeah, pretty similar. I think for park, man, to be straight up with you, man, I don't think you'll be disappointed with either one. I think that it more comes down to the tech that's in the boards that's going to be the deciding factor. So, you know, the headspace, you get the ASIM and you get the magna traction and the C3 profile. So it's still camber dominant, but that rocker zone in the middle helps create flex zones, which will make pressing a little bit easier, in my opinion. And I think the headspace might be just ever so slightly softer than the Westmark camber. And then the Westmark camber's got that full camber profile. It's got more stability. It's got the grip tech versus the magna traction, and there's no ASIM. So
I think the headspace would be slightly lighter too.
Yeah, it doesn't have the full 360 metal edges.
Do you notice now that, like, since you've been riding so many different boards and coming back to the arbor?
The arbor boards are heavier in general, I think, because of the wooden top sheets.
Because Yannick was saying too that his box knife is like lighter, like noticeably lighter than the Westmark.
It's true. Yeah. I think, and that is a factor to consider for sure.
But then there's pros and cons with that too. It's like you're gonna get maybe like less stability with a lighter board.
That's true. I think I would say if you're gonna be doing a lot of jibbing and like pressing and butters, and that's like more of a priority than hitting large features and doing big jumps, I'd probably go headspace. If you're on the other side, I'd maybe go Westmark camber.
Nice.
And then I don't want to miss any of these super chats. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm stoked on the support today. Seriously, thank you guys. All right, so Wendy. Hey, TJ and Kevin. Hope you guys are having a fantastic time in Colorado. Besides Keystone, which resort is your favorite in Colorado? Thanks for the super fun video again. Love it so much.
Nice.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah. Glad you guys liked that video. Yeah, Kevin. So we rode Copper, Breck, and Keystone this trip.
I think, well, this trip was a bit different because we only rode park.
That's true.
I'd say my favorite park was at Keystone, but other than Keystone, my favorite mountain would be Breckenridge because of like the alpine that you can hike up to. So like last year when we hiked up to that alpine, that was like a highlight for me. I thought that was really cool.
That was cool. We got Ryan Napton up there too. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. So that alpine, I think, made Breckenridge my,
that's
second favorite mountain besides Keystone.
That's awesome. I think that's a huge standout for sure, because like there is no alpine like that in Keystone, or a lot of resorts around here that I know of. I think the next best one, A-Basin might have better alpine than Breck, but then they kind of lack Breck is better in every other category. But what
would be yours?
I think besides Keystone, my favorite resort in Colorado, I got to go with Breckenridge. And honestly, not to copy Kevin, it just comes down to familiarity with the terrain, because the mountains out here are so big that once you know some secret stashes and some secret zones that are really, really fun, it's hard to be like, well, I'm going to go to Vail and ride it for weeks on end until I discover some fun zones. So maybe if you have some locals to show you around. But yeah, I think Breck is a really fun one. Thanks, Wendy.
Thanks, Wendy. Osvaldo,
you want to grab that one?
Sure. Which board would you compare to the Jones flagship? Not sure which board to get for next season. Also, how do you know it's time for new bindings? Gracias, amigos.
De nada.
Jones flagship, what's a comparable board?
Yeah, I think the flagship is like an aggressive, directional, stiff, carver free ride board. So the Capita Black Snowboard to Death comes to mind as a comparison.
I was thinking that one, yeah.
Yeah, you've written that one. Just something that's got a lot of directional features and is really stiff. Like the Never Summer 25 comes to mind, or maybe even the Chairman. What else?
What about that board I was riding, the Capita Warp Speed?
The Warp Speed, yeah, that one could be a pretty good option as well. Honestly, I don't ride a ton of boards in that category. I think maybe looking at some boards from United Shapes would be pretty comparable, or like Karua could have some pretty similar boards as well.
What about like the LibTech Gold member?
Yeah.
Or the E-Jack
knife. The E-Jack knife. Yeah, that could be a good one as well. I think, the flagship is going to have that serrated edge, so that's maybe looking at the E-Jack knife. That would probably be very comparable.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, and what about bindings? Yeah, that might be a first.
I think
that's awesome.
I feel like bindings are pretty important. You want to feel like you have strong, secure bindings, and so if you start to notice that they're looking a bit old and the pieces aren't holding up like they used to, it's like you're one screw away from having your foot fly out of there. So if you're having doubts about it, I think you should pick up a new pair. There's some really cool bindings that I feel like binding tech has come a long way. Like there's the 3D molded ankle straps, things like that are really cool. They're comfortable and they keep you really secure. And with that board you're talking about too, in comparable boards to that, you want a solid, supportive binding.
Definitely.
So I think you're due.
Yeah, man. If you're gonna go aggressive, get the bindings to match. I think I noticed that ratchets are usually the first thing that'll start to go out for me, and that's a sign maybe these might be done pretty soon after another 20 days or so. But just general wear and tear, I think.
Good question, Osvaldo.
Yeah, thanks, Osvaldo. All right, guys. So Why don't we do a quick speed round?
All right, a quick speed round.
A quick speed
Double
round.
quick. Oh, there's a dog coming this way.
Oh, snap.
A big one. Okay. No,
Okay.
we're good.
All right. Alexander Georgiev, taking Ryan to a hike was a kind of torture for him. Kevin, it's all your fault.
True.
Jib Jeep, why is Keystone your favorite?
The park chair.
Yep, In Motion literally just answered that too. Joey C, what up, boys from Long Island? What is it with all the hype with the Orca?
The hype is real.
Versatility on a new level.
Stability.
Any skate plans this summer from Jason? Probably.
Probably not. We're gonna be snowboarding too much.
We're gonna be snowboarding, but I'd like to skate a little bit. It'll be a little bit.
5 days.
Anyone tried a Lago?
Only Casey Willax.
Casey Willax is.
Oh, we did see a guy on the mountain yesterday with a Lago.
True.
But haven't had a chance to try one.
Scotty. Let me try a Lago. All right. Oh man. Dennis Coe, do you ever post a review on the Kilroy Custom? No, there's no video on that. I'm sorry. Hey, TJ and Kev, can a snowboard last 5 seasons?
Yeah.
Yes. If you take good care of it and you don't ride it 100 days a season, yeah. Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Dogs.
I've never had a dog.
If you listen to music when riding, what kind of music do you listen to? Chill or hype?
Hype.
Hype. Never Summer Ripsaw. It's all right. Yeah, it's like, rocker camber.
Never ridden it.
It's pretty similar to your space case. You should, I'll have to get you on one of those.
Oh. Is it ASIM?
Yeah, they do make ASIM boards. Yeah, dude, you'd probably really like the prototype too. We got to get you on that. Callum, ride Twin Pig or Battalion Evil Twin? Evil Twin. They're both awesome though. You guys riding Breck tomorrow?
No, we're driving.
We're going back to Canada.
Going to Canada.
And Jay Ignacio, now bindings?
Oh yeah, I would like to ride some more different bindings. So
Yeah, I'd like to try them out and really kind of get an opinion on the skate tech. And then last one, Charles Van Vley, pants or bibs?
And I'm back on pants, but man, pants.
I'm gonna go with pants too. I just prefer pants, I think.
Oh, and Jen said Capita or Mervin. Mervin.
Oh, I don't know, dude.
Sorry,
no
Capita.
comment. Okay, and we got one more super chat. August snowboarding plans. I'm still deciding on my destination. It would be awesome to bump into you guys.
I think thinking most likely in August we'll be in New Zealand.
I think so. I think, yeah, New Zealand is the southern hemisphere is the spot for August. So
Maybe Chile.
maybe. All right, guys. Thank you for all the awesome questions. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day to come hang out. Thanks for all the great questions. Thanks, Kevin, for hopping on the live chat,
Yeah,
man.
sweet, man.
Live chat on Snowboard Pro Camp on Friday.
Yeah, Friday. We'll see you guys there.
Back in Whistler. Awesome, guys.
I think we saw another super chat came through.
Oh, another super chat? Oh, yep. Matthew Sweeney catching it just last minute. Recommendations for the best board tuning and waxing kit. Thanks for all the tips and lessons. As a kid from Africa who didn't see snow till I was 20, I've learned everything from you two. Cheers, guys. Matthew, that's amazing, man. Yeah, glad to hear that you're on snow. Do you know Brolin? He's the Ugandan Olympian, or he's like training to be in the Olympics. Anyways, I just have a Dakine kit. I have like a Dakine iron. And for wax, I just go to the local shop if I need wax and pick up, whatever they got.
Yeah, I've got a Burton iron, and I think like tuning kits is like there's not a huge selection out there, so there's not a lot of difference between them.
I think, yeah, it's pretty standard. I also would recommend picking up a diamond stone and a gummy stone so you can take care of your edges. You can get an edge sharpener if you're into that as well, although personally, I'd never use my edge sharpener. But, all right.
I think there's another super chat too.
Are you serious?
I think so. Just check it out.
Oh, hold on. Come on.
Nope.
Nope.
Got it all?
Got it all.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks again.